Welcome back to the Ozark Homestead. Been busy last couple of weeks. I was going to do some video and I got some busy tied up doing all kinds of stuff out here, working in the garden, getting stuff planted, and it's been a busy couple of weeks trying to dodge that cold weather, and we're just going to get into it, and I'll show you a few things we've been doing here on the homestead. One of the things we've been doing, or I did, is I learned about these stackable pots that you could get at Dollar Tree. So I went and got some and tried them out. And you'll see some of them, I've got lettuce growing some, I've got beans planted in another one, bush beans, and I've got strawberries planted in them too. I was going to make a video on how to do all that, but there's so many of them out there already, I just thought I'd just talk about it. See here's one of the strawberries, and they're the little pots. They're not very big, but there's three to the item, 3 planting areas, you could say. And I've got most of them. I got most of them full, but I'm real curious how this is going to work. I've seen it done a few times, but we're going to give it a try. And here's the bigger pots. You can see these are bigger. That I've got. Let's see. I've got dill weed growing on the top, and I have romaine lettuce down through the rest of it. Now this one over here is the one that I got my beans planted in. They're getting ready to bust the ground, and they're all bush beans. So as they come up, won't have to worry about them running anywhere. Just walk out here and pick them. Another thing I'm going to try this year, we're going to try growing in straw bales. Now these aren't quite conditioned yet. I've got one tomato plant in one of them that's getting pretty close. I thought I'd go ahead and try it. And I've seen a lot about this, so I thought we'd give it a shot. So I got 3 bales, not sitting on the ground, because I don't want weeds and stuff try to come up in here. And then, of course, we got our bucket potatoes, just now starting to break the ground. That's a good sign. And even tried a 5-gallon bucket with strawberries. Now, one of the things you might notice here is this pipe. Now, this pipe goes down into the middle of the bucket, and it has holes drilled in it down through the bucket. So when I pour water or fertilizer or whatever down here, it disperses out inside the bucket as well as on top. So we're going to give that a try. So we already got some strawberry blooms, got blooms there from strawberries. Well, this is some of the junk you get out of the cheap compost and then all that. That's why I filtered out. You can see just big chunks of pieces of wood and rocks and all kinds of stuff in it. So I just took and sifted it out, and then I take what's left over and I use it as mulch to kind of go around the pots to make sure weeds don't grow up in it. So another thing I did is, the cabbage moths get really bad around here, and they don't just go for cabbage, they'll go for any brassica out there. So what I decided to do is I decided to build my own hoops. So I had some black plastic water line, and as you can see, I cut it, bend it, put a cross piece on it. There's my roll cover, and we'll place it over it, and then it'll be fastened down around the outside with these, and they'll go right there and hold that down. I'm pretty proud of my brassicas. They're looking pretty good. Now that doesn't mean I didn't go for the commercialized one. This is kind of a cheap one. It was like $17. It comes complete with all the hoops and the clips to hold the row cover on and all that. I decided to go ahead and buy one since it was so cheap and put it in there. And it looks pretty good. Now here at the homestead, we try to MacGyver a lot of stuff because you can't find it sometimes. I mean, my little town, I couldn't find a watering can nowhere. So y'all know I have cats. So what I did is I took this cat litter container and I don't know if you can see it or not, we'll hold it up here to the light. I drilled little holes in it. And it works out to be the perfect little watering can. But that's sometimes what you got to do. And as you can tell, we got a big portion of the garden already in. Got my landscape fiber down, got cucumbers in. By the time I get it all done, it'll be probably about 50 cucumber plants. I've got at least 35 pepper plants. And we're going to try something new this year with our tomatoes. I got my row of tomatoes. These stakes right here, instead of using the regular wire baskets and trellises and all that, I'm going to try something what they call Florida weave. And when these tomatoes get up big enough for the first round, that we'll make a video on it and show you how I'm going to do it. Then we have our corn over here, 6 rows of corn. So it's been busy here on the homestead. Well, that should pretty well catch you up to speed on what's been going on here at the Ozark Homestead. And I even built me a little bench here where I can come out here and sit and just kind of watch my garden grow, I guess you could say. Somebody says that's like watching grass grow. Well, yeah, it probably is. But anyway, that should catch you up to speed, and hopefully I'll be able to get more and more videos out where you all can see when I'm doing different things here at the homestead, how we kind of put things up, how we try to take care of ourselves, try to take care of the land, and be prepared for anything that may come along in this crazy world. So until next time, so long from the Ozark Homestead, and we'll see you next go around.